Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the Ott Company 199 qualifying for the Iron Thunder Racing League Athens Screen Printing Rush Series is live here on the Speedway. Taking a look at the 24 car. That'll be David Jedlicka out on the Speedway. As we get qualifying underway here. We'll get you times as they come across. We'll take a look at a few other cars on the Speedway. There's a 6 of Storm Patterson and the Reaper Speed Labs machine making his way out on the Speedway for his qualifying effort here tonight. One lap of qualifying for our Rush Series driver, Donald Sadusky. The 19 Remembering Ryan machine out on the Speedway as well. Ryan Workman in that 74 car. He'll be on the Speedway making time. Matt Cherry in 5. Scottsville, Kentucky. He'll have his Valvoline Chevrolet in the wind here. David Jedlicka first to cross the line. Storm Patterson goes to the top of the board. Kelvin Mosier will knock him off. We see Sawyer Ott to the top. See if we get a refresh on our ticker. Kelvin Mosier second quick with a 54.16. Tyler, Texas native. It'll be John Garrett out on the Speedway. Have us a refresh and see if we can get that corrected. There we go. On the pole so far, the 54.16 as we saw your aunt, Donald Sadusky. Will chime in here second quick at a 54.16. With a 6. 54.16 with a 6. 54.165. And Brian Workman, he just went to the top of the board. Now John Garrett, as we're just watching, a 54.07 jumps up to the top of the board now. And that Fort Worth Screen Printing Chevrolet, Dave Matson, finishing up his time. He'll go 8th quick at a 54.17 with a Rapid City, South Dakota native. Corey Deal, that car out on the Speedway, just finishing his lap of record. He'll go 3rd quick at a 54.15, 54.15 out of Morganton, North Carolina to be Corey Deal in the 56 car. Sean Bounty wraps up his qualifying effort. Bounty 12th quick with a 54.18, 54.18 for Sean Bounty. Raymond Rittenauer second quick as he finishes up his lap at a 54.10, 54.10 for Raymond Rittenauer's JCOM Lucky Dogs Doggy Daycare entry. Dressenant finishes his lap. He'll be 6th quick with a 54.15, 54.15 for Treston Ott. And that's going to wrap it up. Qualifying complete. And the drivers will take the grid here in just a moment. Take a look at that 15 CA Cattle Company machine. That'll be Treston Ott out of Macomb, Mississippi. Brothers Sawyer out in that JCOM Ott Company LLC on the hood of that Toyota. There is John Garrett, your pole sitter. $75 laps here tonight, so this will be the first round cutoff race. We're getting ready to roll off of the grid here. Raymond Rittenauer scheduled to start outside of row number 1. Inside of row number 2, we'll find the 88. That'll be Josh Ball. Brian Workman in the 74 start outside of row number 2. Inside of row number 3, we'll see Matt Quicken in the 89 to his outside, the 56 of Corey Dill. Inside row number 4 will be the 15 of Treston Ott to the outside, Brother Sawyer Ott. Row number 5, Donald Sadusky to the inside, to the outside will be Kelvin Mosier. Row 6, Brad Lane and 9 on the inside, Brendan Kalusterhoos will be on the outside. Next row to the inside, the 09 of Dave Matson, the 6 of Storm Patterson, scheduled to start 14th. 15th, David Jedlicka, 16th. Will be Sean Bounty, 17th, Brent, 42 of Matt Klusterhoos. As the field starts to roll off. But we're starting 26 cars deep here. Back to your leader for the moment. Hope everybody is doing fine and dandy on a beautiful Monday night here from Talladega Superspeedway. We're getting set to go green. Field now filing down the back straightaway for the first time this evening. John Garrett, Ray Rittenauer on the front row. They get set to do battle. 75 laps coming at you from the Bad Fast Talladega Superspeedway. And we appreciate you taking your time out to join us here on a Monday evening. We're set to roll. Been a good long while since I can remember that 87 of Raymond Rittenauer not taking a pole position from a super speedway. But he's not far behind as he sits outside that front row. Field will tighten up here. Pace car will get ready to dip off to the safety of pit road. Now they'll have to make that long, slow crawl all the way through the tri-oval here. Start finish line way down toward turn number 1 here at Talladega Superspeedway. Green flag will come out. These cars will start winding up. Last Monday night. Let's see if we can pull off 2 back-to-back amazing races here for the Athens Screen Printing Rush Series. Race stayed green for the drop of the flag last Monday night. As The 66 of John Garrett has solidified his spot there. The 88 of Josh Ball going to look to the outside. He'll jump up in front of the 56 of Corey Deal. Along with Kelvin Mosier, they got to run to that outside. Josh Ball now will take over that top spot as they work their way through the trioval. Help from Deal. And the 43, they're 3 wide back there. Close to who's to meet in the middle of the sandwich is Donald Sadusky on the outside. They'll get down into turn number 1 and go back 2 by 2. But not after Corey Deal and Josh Ball able to deposit themselves down in front of pole sitter, the 66 car of John Garrett. Cars electing to go to the back here early on. As you see the 09 of Dave Matson down below that yellow line, giving up some spots as he'll move toward the back of the field. Kelvin Mosier now left outside to lead that outside lane in that 43 Glock machine. He'll have help from the 19 of Uncle Don, Donald Sadusky, the 25 of Brendan McKean Closterhouse. We'll take our first look at the 38 car. That'll be the 4 Loco machine of Roger the Bulldozer Debo, as he's currently 4th car in line on the top side of the speedway. Josh Ball still holding on strong. Now he'll vacate that top spot. He'll move down to the inside and let everybody go by on the high side. As Mosier and the 19 of Sadusky looks like they might have been close to making contact. As we'll come out of turn number 4. We'll see lap 4 go up on the board. New leader this time by the 19 of Donald Sadusky. 6 Reaper Speed Labs machine of Storm Patterson out there 3 wide. Momentarily he'll drop back in line behind the 24 of Jed Lika. Right now as they run an outside lane, trying to get some momentum build up to pull alongside that 19 of Sadusky. Momentarily the 43 of Mosier will be able to do so with help from Roger Diebold in that 38. It is Sadusky still your leader, Kelvin Mosier, Brennan Clusius, Roger Diebold, Matt Cherry, the top 5, as we get ready to put lap number 5 up on the board here. Lap 5 now going on the board. That lap will be led by Kelvin Mosier in the 43 car. Mosier looking to get back to victory lane. The Racing League Rush Series. First cutoff. The round of 12 will break it down and come out of Talladega Superspeedway with 8 drivers to move on to Watkins Glen before we're screening 150 next Monday, April the 18th. We'll see 30 laps from Watkins Glen. So far this year we've seen the winners: Raymond Rittenauer, Storm Patterson, Brendan Papatat, Josh Ball, Roger Diebold, and Bailey Curry. Patterson and Curry, repeat winners so far this year. We got moving and shaking up front, looking away, reading. Top lane has now moved up to a 3rd lane. The 43 of Kelvin Mosier stuck in the middle there. We'll have help from the 6 of Storm Patterson, the 09 of Dave Matson. Starting to chug back to the front of the field here. 25 who moves up in front of that middle lane as we have 3 lanes now. 4 down the back straightaway with 7 of 75 on the board. pack. They're hanging out right now, watching all this unfold in the windshield. Roger Debo able to get clear of that 19 of Sadusky. He'll drop himself now down in front of that 19 machine. He'll lead lap 8 as it goes up on the scoreboard here from Talladega Superspeedway. This is the Iron Thunder Racing Network. The Athens Screen Printing Rush Series. Making moves on the way. We appreciate you joining us here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. 43 of Mosier, a little connection issue. It looks like he'll get that stabilized. The 19 of Sadusky right back to the front of this field. As Matt Cherry and Brendan Kalusterhoos get hooked up on that top side of that second lane. He'll get the Kluster machine pushed out to lead a lap. Kluster going to drop down and put himself in front of that 19 of Sadusky. And now Jed Lika, Mosier, and Patterson going to have to go to work. Sadusky said he's not riding behind anybody tonight as he'll jump back up in front of the 5. Oh, Matt Cherry, and try to return the favor on the 25 of Kluster. Josh Ball and Sean Bounty up there in that third lane. Those two drivers got something going up there as they try to pull some drivers with them. Gain some momentum on that high side. We saw that third lane hanging tough about 2 laps ago. And that has since fizzled away, but Josh Ball trying to recreate some magic up on that top side. But right now, tough work, a tough road to hoe for Ball and Bounty. As they all but going to have to give up here as Dave Maxson and Storm Patterson going to work underneath them as they continue to slip fall through this lead pack here. Down and Ball slipping all the way back to the 15th spot. They'll regroup. Oh, 3 wide here. Maxson in the middle. Maxson got forced down into no man's land, and now he'll return the favor to the 24 David Jed Lika. He's hung out to dry on that high side. But all meanwhile, Sadusky and Klusterhoos leading the front of this field with 11 of 75 on the board now. And if we get a moment during the broadcast, we'll let you know who is locked in other than the driver. I believe nobody technically locked in, but we'll see as the point spread goes out. We'll check that. Continue to roll here. Waiting to put lap 12 up on the board. And coming into tonight's action, Roger Debo, your points leader. Followed by Brandon Pampatat, Josh Ball, John Garrett, Dave Maxson, Corey Deal, Kellen Mosier, Storm Patterson, the top 8. And inclusive Josh Cully, Ray Rittenauer. Looking for good points battles tonight, and one of those drivers looking to punch their ticket via a win. Bailey Curry spoiled that last week. Nobody won to advance into the next round as Curry not in the playoff point system. Tonight, second place in points. We'll take a look. Brandon Pampatat back here playing it safe. Currently scored in the 21st position. As you see his relativeness on the speedway to that lead pack of the leaders. Donald Sadusky will make his way back to the front here. They continue to play musical positions with his top spot here with 13 complete. And we're ready to work our way to the stripe here. Donald Selesky, Brendan Klusters, Roger Debo, Matt Cherry, Corey Deal, they all right in the top 5. Dave Matson, Storm Patterson, John Garrett, Alex Little, Kelvin Mosier, your top 10. Not in any particular order as they continue to swap back and forth. One win this season. Brandon Papitel also with a win. Josh Ball picked up a win. Storm Patterson has 2 wins. Ray Rittenauer has picked up a win. Haley Curry 2 wins, but Curry not in the points battle and not on the speedway here tonight. Roger Debo back to the front of this field. A lot of give and take out there so far tonight. We'll knock on wood, try to avoid the old announcer's curse here. We're seeing a lot of respect out there for the drivers, giving everybody ample room. And really this early in the race is the best thing to do as we see Selesky and the 5 of Cherry kind of stuck there in the middle. They have numbers on that top side. Can they make something work? They'll actually have to go to work and do some digging on that top side. And Selesky and Cherry able to keep their momentum up in that middle groove. And actually, Selesky starting to pull up on that 38 of Roger Debo. Out there by himself right now. The 5 of Matt Cherry try to work back bumper as they start to falter in that middle lane. Nobody jumping out to go with them, and that third lane sticking together. Oh! Donald Selesky around the 5. Oh, we got them all. Got them all piled up here. Try to see how this one started. A bad camera angle. Oh, the 66 of Garrett. Not quite sure what happened there. We see the 66 car of John Garrett. Goes up the speedway. Kelvin Mosier up on the side. Able to go for Rittenauer. So they were definitely scattered, smothered, and covered over here in the middle of 3 and 4. So we'll get them restacked and re-racked. Roger Debo, your leader, as they catch up to the back of the pace car here. First caution of the night on the speedway. And as they run now under the conditions of the yellow flag, Roger Debo, Brendan Klusters, Corey Deal, Dave Matson, Donald Selesky, Kelvin Mosier, Matt Hendricks, Storm Patterson, Sawyer Ott, and Tressenot, your top 10. As we'll see our first action on pit lane. And if you just joined us and you're taking your time out to join us here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network, let us know where you're watching from and who you're pulling for. As it looks like everybody going to come on the pit lane. Leader Roger Debo down and away. Tressenot will lead down and away. Corey Deal might have won this race off of pit road. Everybody back out on the field. We'll line them back up. Nineteen laps on the board. 57 laps to go. Get the pace car off to the safety of pit road. Dave Maxson will bring them back to the green flag. Pretty much a single file restart with the exception of D-Mold and Kluster's on that outside with everybody coming through the pit lane. We'll drop the green once again for the Ott Company 199 from Talladega Superspeedway and Thunder Racing League Athens Screen Printing Rush Series Action Back Green. Corey Deal in the first two of abandon that bottom lane along the 88 of Josh Ball. They'll jump up to the top side of the speedway. They'll have a 3-car group as they try to challenge Dave Max and Donald Sadusky. Seeing that momentum, he'll jump up to the outside in front of the 25. And he'll have a good look at the 25 of Kaluster, who's in the rearview mirror. As he'll actually lead this lap. Lap 21 goes up on the board. Here comes Sadusky back down to the bottom. He'll deposit himself in front of the 09 of Dave Matson. Kaluster falters back just a little bit. The CA Cattle Company 15 machine of Tresnot going to jump up and join that outside lane. And Dave Matson thought about moving out in front of the 25 of Kaluster's, but they had the momentum rolling on that high side, and he was coming with a steam. 38 of Roger Diebold slips out, and that's going to break that momentum. The 56 of Corey Deal will work underneath him and above the 48 of Brandon Papatat. Papatat quickly to the top of the board, to the top of the leaderboard here, as he was back in the 19th, 20th position a handful of laps ago. He's used pit road to help him come back up through the field here, as he was content to kind of ride it out here early. 25 of Kaluster, who's now pushing on the back end of that Canyon air filters. 09 of Dave Matson. Matson wants to be back, and right now down the back straight. He has it. Can he clear the 19 of Sadusky into turn number 3? He will. All the way down to the yellow line. Oh, the 19 of Sadusky got down on the apron. That car upset, but he's able to white knuckle and hang on to that Chevrolet. It's now Corey Deal, Roger Diebold, and 25 of Brendan Kaluster, who's going to have to go back to work on that outside and try to get that 25 machine Kaluster, who's pushed back up to the front. Dave Maxon's right back to leading this one. Top 12 drivers looking to get themselves into the next round, the round of 8, via a win here at Talladega Superspeedway. Company 199. 24 laps in. 52 of 75. 52 left, 75 make up. Sadusky, like he uncorked one right on the back straightaway. It's like he uncorks an engine. Tough break for the 19 of Sadusky. Corey Deal and Kaluster, who's battle right now. Deal on that outside. Corey Deal at 56 out of Morganton, North Carolina, leads them across the stripe. 27 laps complete, 26 laps complete. run down the back straightaway at the moment. It is Corey Deal, Dave Matson, Brendan Kalista, John Garrett. That top 5 is Corey Deal. In the middle now, he'll have to jump up in front of that 5. Matt Cherry, as he got stuck out in no man's land, right through the sucker hole. To the field, a newcomer running right down in that 22nd spot. It is Chase Atkins in the 58. 22 car lead pack here, kind of separated just a bit in the middle. And then we'll slip on back. We'll find Ray Rittenauer, David Jedlicka, Brian Workman in that 74 machine. Those 3 ride by the lonesome. A little bit of damage on the nose of that 24 Jedlicka. Like maybe a hair bit of damage on the 87 Rittenauer, especially on that right rear bumper cover. Getting it in. As they're falling off of this lead pack. But back up front. Have a slight 6-car breakaway. 2 wide. Matson trying to look around that that 25 of Klooster. He's got help from teammate 38 of Raj the Bulldozer Devo. Corey Deal rides the 3rd car in lane on the outside. 4th car on the top side. It will be the 5 of Matt Cherry, his Valvoline Chevrolet. John Garrett recovered from early race incident. I will say 12 or so laps ago. Brought out our first and only caution right so far. Garrett has moved up to that top side and put in front of Dave Matson now. These guys are doing a lot of swapping back and forth. One thing you gotta love about Talladega, there's always action all the way around the racetrack. From the drop of the green flag. Lots of lead changes throughout this event. A big shout out to the Ott Company. We'll get our first look now. 43 of Josh Cully, who was joined Matt Quick. Try to get a number on that 3rd car, the 9 of Adam Schroen. They'll jump up to it outside. And a car hard to miss on the speedway is that 35 Toyota Supra, who's running right now that 12th spot. The Ott Company JCOM entry. The lead commissioner Sawyer Ott. Papatat has now went and led a lap here. Habitat now drops down and controls that bottom lane. He's your biggest mover in the race so far, up 24 positions. Since the drop of the green flag. 32 laps to go. For that biggest mover of the race award. Stay in good position here. And out 43 more laps. He definitely wants to go ahead and punch his ticket and not worry about it. Off into the next round. Definitely Storm Patterson, Bushers, Josh Cully, Ray Whitmire, Sean Downey. They all want to win here to guarantee themselves a spot in the Elite Eight. At the conclusion of tonight's event, only 8 of the 12 going to move on to the next round. A round of 12. Brandon Peptak, John Garrett. Got 2 here. Quick and Josh Cully. The 3rd and 4th car in line now on that top side. They brought Adam Strong in the 35. Sawyer out with him. Everybody else single file. Dave Matson. Oh, contact, net code. I don't know how they didn't go wrecking there. The 89 of Matt Quick showed it hard inside of that 09 of Dave Matson. Looks like they're both going to escape without even damage. So net code there may have been good for once in iRacing. But regardless, kudos to those drivers for keeping it pointed in the right direction. And we stay in green here. 37 laps now have been completed. 39 left. 39 laps to duke it out. Here for the Ott Company, 199. Calvin Mosier going to drop down to that bottom lane. Mosier right now scored that 12th spot. Contact there back there with the 35 and the 6. Its car. he's struggling just a bit here. Keep an eye out on that machine. We continue to peel off laps here. Seems like the front has settled down just a little bit. Everybody content to ride. Off some laps. 20 laps since we've seen a yellow. Just as I say that, in 66, and Garrett drops down to lead the bottom lane. Top lane starting to fizzle back just a little bit. John Garrett, Brendan Papatat, Brendan Kloosterhoos, Dustin Franklin, Roger Debo, your top five. Corey Deal, Matt Cherry, Brad Lane, Dave Matson round out the top 10. Going to see some green flag pit stops coming up. Here we go. We got them coming in. Garrett, Kloosterhoos, Franklin, Deal, Patterson, Matthew Kloosterhoos, Chase Atkins. All coming on pit road. That's going to turn the lead over to Roger Debo. Jed Lita, Cherry, your leader. And a host of others going to come down here on lap 43. Here they come. They peel off. Josh Ball going to be your leaders. Oh, Sawyer Ott getting a little crazy there, getting on. And pit road is packed. That'll turn the lead over to Josh Ball. Sean Downey Tresnant, Adam Sharon. Will run 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes the top guys. They're going to come in. Brian Workman right there. The 88 going to have to avoid that machine. And try to sort it all out once everybody gets back right. But at the moment, 35 of Sawyer Ott looking to inherit the lead, but here comes the hard charging John Garrett, Storm Patterson, and the 48 of Papatak. They'll go to the outside, and everybody else going to join them. Oh, the 6 of Storm Patterson, tank slapping back here. That top 3 going to drop down. 6th car got super loose, and new leader John Garrett. Things start to get crazy. The green flag stops. Everybody joining back up. Papatak going to drop down to the bottom. He'll have Kluster, who's with him in the 25. Sawyer Ott will follow them. And Papatak going to let back in the 6 of Patterson, 66 of Garrett. 35 of Sawyer Ott jumps up in front of the 56. Here comes Brendan King Kaluster, he'll jump up in front of Sawyer Ott. 33 of, oh, look out! Matt Cherry in the 5. 09 of Dave Matson, hard to the inside wall. The 5 just gets loose. Nowhere to go for the 09 of Dave Matson. Brings out the second caution of the night just after a green flag pit stops. .47 of 75 complete. Garrett come on and off pit road. Get them restacked and re-racked here just momentarily. .28 laps remaining. Host of them coming back down pit road. John Garrett and Klooster, who's going to stay out, along with looks like Corey Deal, Roger Diebold, Brad Lane is going to come down pit road. So we'll have to work through this. We'll unpack it as soon as everybody else is back on track, and we'll get you a rundown. Be a long single file list of cars. Come, I'm going to drop the green flag. 66 John Garrett going to lead us back to the green here. He'll be in control of this restart. Restart zone has been entered for John Garrett. Green flag back in the air. And we're down to 26 laps to go. Garrett and Kalusta, who start to break away from Corey Deal just a bit. 38 of Roger Devold out there by his lonesome. Here comes the 56 of Deal. He'll jump up to the outside of Cluster, who's all by himself. They come close to contact. They'll both spread apart like two opposing sides of a magnet. We stay green. Deal now forced himself out into no man's land. Nobody up top to help him so far. He'll look for the gap there behind the 38 of Diebold, and looks like he'll be able to drop in there. He'll deposit himself between Diebold and the 15 of Treston Ott. Majority of the field single file off down into turn number 1. We'll see who's the first to step out. Top 2 break away from that quick by a car length now. Down the back straightaway, making 2 car lengths. 48 of Papatat jumps up to the outside. He'll have a few takers behind him as well. The 09 of Dave Matson, the 6 car, Storm Patterson. Dustin Franklin out there on the outside. The 5 of Matt Cherry up there as well. Papatat on the move here. Papatat with a run to the outside of your leaders all by his lonesome. And just as quickly contact there, Corey Deal, the out of Dave Matson. They keep it moving in the right direction. Now Dave Matson stuck out there in that 3rd lane by himself. As the 6 of Storm Patterson will now drop to the bottom lane. 25 of Clusters. He'll be the 3rd car in line on the bottom of the speedway. New leader in turn number 3, the 48, Brandon Papatat. This Fort Worth screen printing Toyota Supra. Back to the point here at Talladega. We apologize for some reason our chat was not working. Let's see if we can our chat just now showed up. See if we have any other audio issue. Now leads them down the back straightaway. As we're 22 laps left here in the Ott Company 199. Talladega Superspeedway, the 47 of Dustin Franklin will try to squeeze between Papatat and Garrett. He will. He'll become the 3rd car in line on the bottom of the speedway, running in the 3rd position. David Jedlicka has made his way from the back of the field back up to the front here. He currently works outside of the 66 of John Garrett. Score Jedlicka in the 4th position across the line. Jedlicka now trying to get some momentum build up with help from the 43 of Kelvin Mosier, the 38 of Roger Deebold, the 5 of Matt Cherry will join him on the outside lane. Still a long way to go here at Talladega with 21 laps left. 55 laps complete here, 75 make up the total distance. We're working on a good one here from Talladega. Papatat and that 56 of Corey Deal got those 2 cars out front. David Jedlicka on the move on the outside of that 24 car. Dustin Franklin rides the third car in line on the bottom of the speedway. Battle for that third position is David Jedlicka, trying to get it moving as much as he can. They'll have to work hard on that outside to keep up with the bottom lane. We've seen it all night long. It takes a lot of strength and coordination for that top lane to really prevail. But when they are hooked up, nose to tail in sync, they can drop off and get in front of the leaders fairly easy. They'll definitely need a little bit of help from that bottom lane getting disorganized just a little bit. You see a big gap there between Franklin and the 66 of John Garrett as we are down now to 19 to go. 57 laps on the board, a 10-lap run. Set to be back to the green flag just moments ago. Kelvin Mosier still having a little bit of connection issue. That car blinking in and out. Third lane for Kelvin Mosier. As he'll try to find the back deck into the 5 machine now. As he'll drop down in line. It looks like he's going to go all the way to the bottom to the 16 of Alex Little. The 3 cars left out there on the outside. Cherry Diebold and Jedlicka. When we cross the stripe this time by, here's Corey Deal, your leader. Brandon Papatat, David Jedlicka, Dustin Franklin, Roger Diebold, John Garrett, Brandon Kluchers, Alex Little, Matt Cherry, Kelvin Mosier, the top 10. Going out at Dave Maxson in the middle of those top 2. He's trying to grab the draft and suck on up to the back of Mosier. Roll 48 of Papatat had some connection troubles, and that machine having to vacate the lead, and he'll fall all the way back. Tough break for Papatat. He scored in the 25th spot. Papatat had a good run going. It's not over just yet. And the 24 of Jedlicka, the mishap from the 48 of Papatat trying to capitalize. He got the 56 Corey Deal, working hard on that bottom side. Roger Diebold all over the back deck lid of that 24 machine. A lot of moving going on that top side, which is around the 56 Corey Deal. But a car length ahead of David Jedlicka, now almost 2 with the 47 of Franklin slipping out past the nose of that 24. Matt Cherry's looking to fill the void as he'll pull up to the back deck lid of that Fort Worth screen printing 66 car of John Garrett, your pole sitter here at the beginning of the night. Franklin becomes your biggest mover in the race as he's the second car in line on the bottom of the speedway, scoring right now in the third position, up 21 spots from the drop of the green flag. Take a quick second, we'll check our audio here on an external stream. Step away from the mic just for a second. But we appreciate you taking your time out to join us. We'll check it out right there. Maybe a little bit of A little too loud for the engine sounds, but we'll see how that works. As we have Roger Diebold now trying to make a bid for the lead with the 25 of Kluster, who's tied and glued to the back deck lid of that 4 Loco machine. As we continue here, 14 laps to go. The Ott Company 199 from Talladega Superspeedway. Alrighty, going back single file here at the front of this field. Roger Diebold, your leader, as they'll surpass the 19 of Donald Sadusky. Sadusky will give way to the leaders on the high side. As we're down to 13 to go. Lucky 13, 63 laps on the board. 16 laps since these cars have seen pit road, or at least that of the 38 of Roger Diebold on a 16-lap run. Everybody right now working single file. Matt Cherry trying to use the lap car of Sadusky to gain a few positions on that top side. I believe that it was the 5 of Cherry. If not, I apologize. Was not Cherry. Looks like the 58 car back there using it up. Chase Atkins using a little bit there. We're going to have some takers on pit road. I believe the 5 of Cherry, your leader, now calling out. He's coming to pit road as well. So it's about to get crazy here in a hurry. Matt Kluster, who's going to come down pit road this time by as well. Here we go. Got them stacked up coming to pit road. Roger Diebold, Matt Cherry, Matthew Kluster, who's Raymond Rittenauer, Dave Matson, Adam Strong, Sean Bounty. Slew of others coming down pit road. And that turns the lead over to 56 of Corey Deal. A 19 of Sadusky able to get his lap back the hard way here. He'll run now in front of your leader, as they'll run past the 48 of Pampatat. We'll see who else joins the pit party here. This time by, nobody. Chase Atkins in the 58 will slip out of here. Oh, excuse me. Atkins up to the 3rd spot. Not quite sure why it showed that car on pit road. But we see the car in the screen. The 48 of Brendan Pampatat going to pull up to the back deck lid of that machine. Corey Deal now leads. Chase Atkins will actually get pushed to the front of the field here via the 48 of Pampatat. They got something moving on the outside as they work their way around the 19 of Sadusky and Atkins with some connection issues. That car completely gone now from the frame. '58 not showing up on our screen at all. That car looks like it's completely disappeared from the server. Peering and repeering. Your leader, Corey Deal, in that 56. We'll get 8 laps to go here. As Atkins looks like he may have finally dropped off of the server. Mosier in that 43 runs in that second spot. Dustin Franklin scored third. Josh Ball in the 4th spot. And Chase Atkins looks to have come back to the server. Now scored in the 5th spot. Tied with Dustin Franklin for the biggest mover in the race. And unfortunately, when you have the biggest mover, you also have the biggest loser. And right now, that is Raymond Rittenauer, 22 spots back from where we dropped the green flag. Chase Atkins right now scored in that top 5. Matt Quick 6th, 7th will be Trestonot. Storm Patterson 8th. Alex Little 9th. Matt Hendricks round out the top 10. Top 6 cars now closing in on each other, all within striking distance, all with about a car length separating them. 2 cars ahead of them on your screen, trying to avoid going down another lap here, as we'll get 6 laps to go this time by. Let's jump back after Matt Quick. Treston Ott back here. Currently 9 seconds back from your leader. Those 2 cars, Ott and Little, run 7th and 8th. Back to the front of the field we go. It is Corey Deal still leading. Kelvin Mosier, Dustin Franklin, Josh Ball, Chase Atkins, Matt Quick. Top 6 on your screen. We'll see 5 fingers down for the flag stand. 5 to go for Corey Deal. On a 24-lap run since pit road for Corey Deal in the 56 car. Deal closing in the back deck with the 19. 43 of Mosier, Corey Deal, Dustin Franklin on the binders. Pit road they come. Oh, Corey Deal might have got in there a little hot. The 58 of Atkins going to join them. That turns the lead over to Josh Ball and Matt Quick. 4 laps remaining. Josh Ball coming tonight, 3rd in the points. Three cars in front of them going to be lap traffic. They content to ride right there behind them. Treston Ott moves into the 3rd spot. Alex Little 4th. Sawyer Ott rounds out the top 5, and it'll be Matt Hendricks, Brad Lane, Josh Cully, Storm Patterson, and John Garrett round out the top 10. Could see a totally different race here in the next couple of laps as we're down to 3 to go. Josh Ball and Matt Quick work their way down now into turn number 3. 17 seconds ahead of third place of Treston Ott. Josh Ball still leading this one in that Red Bull Ford Mustang, as he'll pull up to the back deck lid of the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer. Popsicle sticks from the flag stand, 2 to go. Almost a 20-second lead over third place of Treston Ott. Could be a 2-car battle to the end. Josh Ball gonna hope to be the victor to punch his ticket and solidify his round of 8 entry. Down into turn number 1 for the final time. Josh Ball and Matt Quick run it 1 and 2. Alex Little, Treston Ott, something amiss with the 15 as he is on pit road. So he'll drop out of the top 10. Final time down the back straightaway. Josh Ball enter turn number 3. 89 of Matt Quick may be running out of fuel as he is backed off the 88 car. Quick may be out, but he may have enough to coast. 21 seconds ahead of Josh Cully in that third spot. The Ott Company 199 win going to go to the 88 of Josh Ball. Matt Quick will coast across in the second spot. And here comes the battle for third. At the line, looks like Matt Hendricks may have got Cully. And wow, fuel mileage race for the 88 of Josh Ball, picking up the win. Matt Quick going to finish in the second spot. And my scoring shows the 69 of Matt Hendricks, bringing it home in the third spot. Fourth will be Josh Cully, Brad Lane, Roger Debo, Brendan Clusu, Sean Bounty, Matt Cherry, and David Jedlicka round out the top 10. We'll work on getting those up in the booth. We'll work on getting them up in there. Alrighty, give me 1 second. We'll get the top 3 up in here. Crazy race here tonight. Josh Kelly joined me in the booth, and I don't have an official iRacing scoring, but it was really close at the line. I have Matt Hendricks listed as third, but we'll go with this. Josh Kelly, man, welcome back to the booth.
Yeah, on my results it said third, so I don't know how it'll play out. Probably had the exact same finishing time or something, but yeah, a crazy race. I thought I almost saved too much fuel there, and those guys got away a little bit. But came down to fuel strategy, which is always cool. Kind of separates everyone a little bit. And I think I got enough points to make it to the cutoff, so move on to next week.
Definitely use those points, and in Talladega off with a fuel strategy or a fuel mileage race is kind of crazy here in the Iron Thunder Racing League. But it's kind of a good, it was a good race all around. We saw a lot of good moving, racing side by side, three wide action. Got to see a lot of give and take early on. A couple of mishaps. I believe one of them might have been way of net code. But all in all, we got to see a lot, just about every phase of the race here tonight.
Yeah, I saw a lot of three wide up front, and I was just kind of waiting, hoping, and saw a couple of wrecks, but nothing too bad tonight. So that was nice for a super speedway race to get green flag pit stops, and um, yeah, I know Matt Quick had a good night too, so that's cool. I don't know how Ray did, but hopefully he might have made it through the next round, and looking forward to getting on with the playoffs.
All righty, man. We look forward to it as well. We'll see you next week.
All right, man. Thanks you guys, and thanks all the sponsors. Everybody watches. Uh, have a good night.
Have a good one, man.
All right, see you.
All righty, we're going to bring up Matt Quick. Joining me up in the booth now, the driver of the 89 of Matt Quick in a crazy fuel mileage race here at Talladega Superspeedway. Not something we're accustomed to in the Iron Thunder Racing League, but just as we talked to Josh just a second ago, we actually got to see just about all phases of racing that we could see here at Talladega. A lot of three wide racing, some give and take early on, some a little aggressiveness, but a well rounded race to end a round of 12, going off into breaking it down to the final 8 here. You got a copy? Matt might be having a little bit of a little mic problem here. You got your ears on, Matt? Already got. Can you got us now, Matt? Alrighty, we'll work on Matt in just a second. But we'll join. We'll get the driver of that Red Bull machine sneaking out a a fuel mileage race here at Talladega Superspeedway. Not something we're accustomed to, but as we spoke to Josh Cully, we got to see all facets of the race. A lot of three wide action, give and take at the beginning, a little bit of aggressiveness, and they ended out there. Congratulations on squeaking out enough fuel there, man.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, that was pretty stupid. Very stupid idea on my part. After I decided to do it, I'm like, I'm such an idiot because, I mean, I was fine going. I could have made the playoffs easy or the next round, and then, when everybody was talking about going in the pits, at that point, I had saved enough to be a half a lap to the good, and I'm like, I just don't think it's a good time. Like, and I had a half lap to the good. I'm like, oh, I'll just wait. I'm going to have to use some at least to stay up there, but not 20 seconds or so. So yeah, it was a good night for the Red Bull Ford Mustang again. Still yeah, I'll take these fuel mileage wins. This twice on the season now with this car, and it's a pretty good deal so far.
Yeah, I tell you, I was really. I knew after last week we were going to see some good racing. We were going to get the chance to see some green flag stops, and everybody, driving somewhat from up here in the booth, driving respectively of each other through the first, half of the race, and seemed like some of the cautions that were just, regular racing cautions, and it was a good night up at the booth. A lot of three-wide action, had some excitement, and swapping back and forth. I don't have a number on lead changes, but I guarantee you there were more than a handful. And so the fans got a good show, and you were able to bring her home in victory lane and go ahead and punch that ticket. Not that you didn't already pretty much have yourself short in there, but man, it's going to be interesting as we continue to move on here through the playoffs. And it's been a fun ride so far, man. We wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we can be talking to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully get the 88 Red Bull Mustang back in victory lane again.
Alrighty, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
We'll try Matt quick one more time. Matt, you got a copy? Alrighty, looks like no word from Matt Quick, and maybe a little bit of mic issue. We did see that the microphone was muted when we moved him in. But Matt Quick, a man of many words, and we hate that we don't get that interview, but a good, strong finish for Matt in the runner-up spot. Congratulations once again to Josh Kelly, Matt Quick, and Josh Ball. Excuse me. Podium finishes. Brad Lane gets a top 5. And Josh Cully going to be the biggest mover in the race. 18 spots up, so the biggest mover award going to the 33 of Josh Cully. Roger D. Bold will finish in the 6th spot. Brendan the King Kluster, who rides home in 7th. 8th will be Sean Bounty, up 13 spots. He is the 9th place driver to 5 of Matt Cherry. David Jedlicka will finish in the top 10 and round out your top 10. Matthew Kluster, who's a good run, he'll bring home 11th. 12th belongs to Adam Schroen. Dave Matson will finish right where he started tonight, 13th. 14th will be Kelvin Mosier. Corey Deal, 15th. 16th will be Alex Little. Chase Atkins rides home in 17th. 18th will go to Dustin Franklin. Sawyer Ott, 19th. Storm Patterson, 20th. 21st will be John Garrett. 22nd, the biggest loser, tied for the biggest loser of the night. John Garrett and Raymond Rittenauer. Rittenauer finishing in the 22nd spot. Brendan Papitat, 23rd. Tresson Ott brings home 24th. 25th to Brian Wertman. Donald Sadusky will be credited with a 26th finishing position after losing an engine after the quick fix. Tough break for Uncle Don. We're glad to see him out here on a Monday night with the Iron Thunder Racing League Rush Series. Athens Screen Printing, your premier sponsor of the Rush Series. Big shout out to those. And join us tomorrow night, the Count 200 iRacing 55 Super Speedway. And we'll have the Premier Series on tap for Fort Worth Screen Printing Iron Thunder Racing League Premier Series. Be sure to join us. Y'all keep tuning in. Y'all keep showing up. We'll keep showing out. Good night, everybody.